Right, it's Thursday. It's just after midday. I'm here with Wanderers manager Mark White for our weekly catch up. How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, very good, mate.
Good stuff.
Not too bad.
Great. Right. Okay. First of all, let's.
First of all, actually,
I'll go
I
on.
just want to say thanks to the Fresh Ego kid for sending these hats, mate. We appreciate this.
There we go.
Good firm. I know the background of it as well. Great firm. Thank you. And Adam shouldn't be pissed off from Capo because he doesn't pay me enough.
Oh, there we
He'll
go.
give me enough freebies. All right.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Looking good.
Appreciate it. Looking good.
Nice caps. Right. Let's start with Barnet on Tuesday. Obviously, we were lovely to be back at Meadowbank and got a 2-1 win. One to strike from George Franklin in the second half, which everyone enjoyed. Can I just get? Obviously, there was a couple of incidents that we'll talk about shortly, but broadly speaking, in terms of the game itself, what's your thoughts?
Well, I thought it was excellent planning from the management team. Picked the right side, right strategy for the game. We're definitely a different kettle of fish at the moment, aren't we? The performances have picked up a lot. Much more experience running through the side, and Barnet are really massive. Got a lot of time for Barnet and their fans actually, and Dean. They're punching above their weight, no question, in terms of the division and their resources. I think Dean gets a real yard out of them. Went to Southend. I thought they beat Southend up a little bit. We expected a tough game. I just thought we were so dominant first half. Really dominant first half. And deserved win really. I don't think anyone in the building would have denied us the win. Really deserved. And their keepers made a couple of great saves during the match. I think that potentially keep them in it a little bit at times. But yeah, we just showed a good physicality and sometimes in football you have good spells and I think we're in a position where obviously results are always an outcome of performance and process, and we've had some good performances recently when at Bournemouth and without being disrespectful, like battered them. I mean, literally battered them, and lost 1-0. And we weren't worried about that. We just sort of took that into our next game, and we've just been trying to build where we are. I keep saying it doesn't entitle you to being good in the next game. It really don't. Football's not like that. It doesn't. But certainly, it gives you something a framework, a benchmark to be at, and that's what you're trying to do. Really, get right back to where you were. Yeah. So well-deserved win, I thought. Great goal, really pleased for George. 1 assist, 1 goal. And deserved win. I don't think anyone would argue about that. And 6 points against Barnet, a top 5 team, and that's great for the club.
Absolutely, yeah. It was great to get the win, especially at home. But obviously, despite the win, which was a positive, one negative was the injury to Ed Harris very early in the game.
Yeah.
Which I know got shared on Twitter yesterday.
I know.
Your thoughts on it?
Well, my thoughts were like, these morons that cry their eyes out when you share something. We actually shared it because actually it's and I'd imagine that clip would be probably put into referee meetings across the country, because I reckon you could show it 1,000 times to 1,000 different referees or people and get 1,000 different answers. I actually thought it was quite enlightening that all the fans and everybody sort of has got a different view on it. My view is it's a red card, just due to the sort of the nature of the challenge. But the boy absolutely was going for the ball. But I guess if you liken it to a challenge on the floor, it'd be like just going through someone to get the ball, if that makes sense. But equally, the speed it happened at, I can kind of see why the ref has let it go. I think if you've got 20,000 people to vote on it, they'd all vote yellow card, is what I think. But if it was given a red, you know what I mean? It's actually just quite a good discussion point. I know that's why the club put it out there.
Yeah. And
it's actually good because referees get battered all the time, and it just shows sometimes when you can share something in slow motion or on repeat and people still can't decide. And it's good sometimes to showcase when refs have a difficult job.
Yeah.
And obviously a few people cry their eyes out that you shouldn't share an image about a game. You're just thinking, get a grip, mate. But anyway, I think I don't like seeing players sent off, to be fair. I think for me, the ref done the right thing on the night, especially with how early it was. Probably a yellow card is probably what it was in hindsight, but it's one incident out of a lot. do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But Ed's no good. He's a write-off.
I was going to ask how he was.
Yeah, he's no good. No, he's a write-off. And people made comments actually, which I did find quite funny, that we're more concerned with the colour of the card than Ed being unconscious. And I just want to say to those people, you're right. I agree. Not sure they looked at Ed. They should have done. But no, he's no good, mate. He'll be back next weekend. He won't be there this weekend. Concussion rules, and he was knocked out momentarily, and he got whiplash as well. It's definitely a dangerous challenge, but it definitely wasn't meant.
No. Okay.
He had his eyes on the ball.
Yeah, they both did, didn't they?
But if you've got your eyes on the ball in a 50-50 challenge, and you put the bloke into orbit and go through his body, then you probably get a red card. That's what I'd say. But mate, negligible.
Yeah, absolutely. The main thing is that Ed's all right, and getting back soon. Get well soon, Ed. It always seems to be Ed, doesn't it? He's always getting.
Well, he's got his nose is broken about 14 places. Yeah.
I remember the Wrexham one early in the season. Wasn't it his cheek or eye socket?
All sorts. Yeah. St Albans one time, I remember. Yeah.
So get well soon, Ed. Sticking with Tuesday night, obviously we also had some problems with the footage that went out on National League TV and the camera that has been supplied via BT. So what
No. On that one, well, just to say, I mean, I know that the National League Central, the word on the street is you can get a refund directly. From them. That's the bottom line. So, not that wouldn't be good enough, which is a shame because such a mega enhancement to the league's brand and profile. I guess we probably at this stage put it down to that sort of like, embryonic kind of aspect. We actually complained about the camera, didn't we? We complained about the camera some time ago, about it steaming up inside in certain weather. So I'm assuming we'll have a different one for the next game.
BT are going to look at it, so they've acknowledged that. So, and cheers for those online. I see Jim and that, so appreciate people flying the flag for those situations. It does matter. It does matter. Absolutely. Okay. So looking ahead to this Saturday, I know you've got obviously a session with the boys tonight, and then we're off to Notts County on Saturday. Another big away day. Yeah,
mate. Yeah. I mean, we're kind of over the sort of like the venues and that now. Do you know what I mean? I think we're very much in business mode. There's not enough games to go. We need some wins. So we're just going there really full of confidence, and we genuinely believe we can beat anybody. Genuinely. We also believe, and I believe firmly, no disrespect to anybody else, but I think they're the one setup in this league that's ready for League One, let alone League Two. If you look at the conglomerate setup, the total setup there is impeccable. Their manager's a gentleman, the chief exec's a gentleman. We've had contact the last 2-3 years. We went up there for a friendly in the COVID season behind closed doors when Neil was manager. They play great brand of football, got great technical players. So they are definitely a team that are in any other season would win it by 25-30 points. They're definitely a tough opponent, but we definitely think we can beat them 100%. And we're going to be all out to beat them. If they're preparing for the game, then I can tell them in advance, try and counter on us, try and do the normal bits, break up play, knowing that we're wide open. I'm sure that's how we'll be. So, but we're going to try and outscore them, outgun them, and enjoy it at the same time. Do you know what I mean? For me, they're the best footballing team in the division. They're brilliantly coached and marshalled. And if you're a football supporter, in this day and age, certainly from my point of view, you can turn up and watch a team every week that can keep the ball for 70% of the time, then, that's really where you want to be, because it's transferable to, modern football with where you are. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's So I think our aim really, to be honest, Chris, is we know from when we've won a lot of divisions, and our possession stats are normally quite high, and when we've won our last couple of leagues, we've had huge possession stats, and what really we want to capitalise on the fact is that they don't have to defend a lot, and we want to make them defend. They don't, the teams that have the ball, it's the best way of not defending, isn't it? And I really, really think their possession stats they're something else. They're something else in any division to be that much further ahead of everybody else. Scoring the amount of goals they've scored in open play. You get all these people that only ever want to find fault, but I'm not that loser that finds success in pointing out negatives. You know what I mean? I like to highlight things that are a big deal. Their open play success and their pattern of play and their possession stats. All of their stats, all the key stats that matter in this division, they literally are first. So that needs a lot of respect. So we know not to disrespect the things they do well, but we know what we're going to try and pick on. And we're going to try and pick on them defensively. That's how it is. We're going to try and pick on them defensively because they don't have to defend a lot. If we get beat 7-0, then people can play this back and say, Mark, that didn't fucking work. But we'll see, mate. We're certainly going to go there and enjoy it. The fans are great there as well. We looked after them in the local pub down here. That was a great day. And, it'll be a good game, mate. Do you know what I mean? But we're under no illusions, obviously, being away from home and, at a team with unquestionably the best credentials in the league. So, but listen, we ain't got this far by being a team of fannies or a club that goes in on the back foot. So we're going to give it a go, mate, and see where we end up.
Good stuff. And as we film this, for anyone who's watching who would like to come to Notts County and hasn't yet booked a seat, I think we've only got about 4 seats left on the sports coach. It's only £20 return. It's a great value. If you go to dorkingwanderers.com, click on away travel, get your seat booked. Join the red and white army.
I'm told there's over around about 200 been sold from Notts County this morning.
Right.
When we spoke about the game and that with their chief exec. So
yeah.
I'm assuming that's a lot of our people we've got all over the country.
Yeah.
And for a game that's on the TV, that's really appreciated. Do you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
So I'm also looking forward to seeing the Notts County fans and proper football people. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, well, both sets of fans got on well when they came down, and there's been some nice messages ahead of Saturday. So our lot are going to get a warm welcome, that's for sure. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So just final thing, we're back at Meadowbank. Obviously, we've got Notts County, then York, but we're back at Meadowbank on the 25th of March. We've now got an offer, the final 5. There's 5 home games to go, starting with Maidenhead on the 25th, which is also non-league day. So we're going to be putting some promotions out from next week regarding non-league day. Look out for them. There's going to be some great offers, especially for people who would normally be going to a Premier League game that day. But final 5 now on sale. You can buy tickets for the final 5 games and get 20% off. You go to dorkingwanderers.com. It's a limited time offer, so make sure you snap up your tickets so you're at the final 5 home games, starting with Maidenhead on the 25th of March.
You need to be on this side of the camera, mate.
Nah,
the
never.
QVC bit.
I'll leave that to you.
Do you know what I mean? Faith for radio.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah, no comment. So
yeah, good. But looking forward to Notts, mate. And obviously quite a bit of the season to go. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Quite looking forward to we've got 2 weeks off. Blank week next week, then a blank week when you've got the England C International, and looking forward to really getting through Saturday and then getting the troops sort of like ready for those Saturday games. We've got a big squad. It's notable that we made 6 changes the other night. Could be as many as that Saturday. We've got varying problems in the camp with injuries and issues, but I do feel like when we get to that little 2-week break, if you like, we'll be able to take stock a bit more and get some sort of, get the squad sort of more of them back. I mean, Aaron Kuhl's now in full training out of tonight. Niall McManus back in full training next week. So there's lots of things in the background that we're really excited about as well.
Yeah.
But first things first, Notts County.
Yeah.
To see how we get on against them.
Okay, good stuff. Well, good luck on Saturday, Mark. Enjoy
Cheers,
it.
mate.
Thanks for your time, and we'll catch up next week.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.